as we gather in solidarity to express a feeling of mass injustice, we must not lose sight of what brought us together. What is that? What brought them together? We write so that all people who feel wronged by the corporate forces of the world can know that we are your allies, and we have peacefully assembled here, as is our right, to let these facts be known. They have taken our houses through an illegal foreclosure process, despite not having the original mortgage. They have taken bailouts from taxpayers with impunity and continue to give executives exorbitant bonuses. They have perpetuated inequality and discrimination in the workplace based on age, the color of one's skin, sex, gender, identity, and sexual orientation. They have poisoned the food supply. See, they all over the map. Now they have poisoned the food supply through negligence and undermined the farming system through monopolization. They have profited off, now they go from the food, they profited off of torture, confinement, and cruel treatment of countless non-human animals and actively hide these practices. They have continuously sought to strip employees, now they go from that to union busting. They have continuously sought to strip employees of the right to negotiate for better pay and safer working conditions. They have held students hostage with tens of thousands of dollars of debt on education, which is itself a human right. Is education a human right? Since when? But that's what they say. Education is a human right. They have consistently outsourced labor and used that outsourcing as leverage to cut workers' health care and pay. Yeah. They have influenced the courts to achieve the same rights as people with none of the culpability of responsibility. And I guess they're talking about the corporations making themselves getting a person status. But then when it comes time to sue a person or whatever, nobody's responsible at the corporation. Okay? They have spent millions of dollars on legal teams that look for ways to get them out of contracts in regards to health insurance. They have sold our privacy as a commodity. They have used the military and police force to prevent freedom of the press. They have donated large sums of money to politicians supposed to be regulating them. So the politicians aren't regulating them because they've been paid for. They have perpetrated colonialism at home and abroad. Yes. They have participated in the torture and murder of innocent civilians overseas. Yeah, we could go on and on and on. They got a list of things here, and like they say, it's a living list. So it's kind of like you can go to the list and add something to it if you want to. Like they didn't give me my welfare check last month, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What kind of movement is this? And a living document. And then we go to Occupy Wall Street. Here you go.
Okay, can I ask a question? But what did it start out to be?
What did it start off to be?
Yeah, what was the first demand? Had they made any demands? Are they making any demands?
Okay, I got a list of demands. I got a list of demands right here. But guess what? If you want, I'm going to go right to the demands then. I'm going to skip over this and go to the demands. The demands, tactics for demands for Congress. This is what they say, tactics. We should make the demands below very publicly at a press conference a few days after arriving in D.C. When doing so, we should give a clear deadline of 3 days for a firm written commitment with signatures from at least 60% of members of the House and 60% of members of the Senate to pass these bills by the end of it. So they want some bills passed or demands. I guess they want the demands to be turned into bills and then the bills passed by Congress and the Senate by the end of the year.
Well, can I say this?
Yeah.
Why would you occupy Wall Street? Why don't you occupy Washington, D.C.? Why don't you occupy the White House?
Well, I think
because this is where they're making the decisions. I don't hear no movement for D.C. or Washington. I hear New York. But that's the financial district. It's not stopping nothing from what they're doing in D.C. So why don't you go out and make a chain around the White House so that all those people or wherever they go on Capitol Hill to vote can't get in, so they'll listen to what you got to say.
They wanted to occupy Wall Street, but they sent an army of police out there, white shirts, blue shirts, and everything else, started rounding them up, pushing them into vans, arresting them, this, that, and the other, and they kind of roped them off from Wall Street and got them over in Zucchini Park somewhere. I don't know, maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong, but they're basically in a park now, you know, the main group and this, that, and the other, where they're not bothering anybody on Wall Street. Okay? This is the kind of movement that, you know, they just go sit out there like bums in the park. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they're not bothering anybody. They're not blocking any traffic. They're not doing anything that would slow down anything that's going on in Wall Street. As a matter of fact, you know, they might be buying lunch and everything out there and helping those guys. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how much they've invested in some of the vendors around.
Well, you know, they've been getting food in from different places. Like they was thanking Portland, Oregon for donating food out there, you know, and helping them. They've been getting free tents and different things from different organizations that support them. Yeah. But I'm just saying, I mean, to me, I still feel like Wall Street is not the place to go.
But look,
if we want to go somewhere, we need to go to Capitol Hill and stand out there and protest. Block the streets of Washington, D.C., where all the decisions are made, because these are bankers and stuff like that. But we are the same people that voted for these people, who gave them a bailout, who have put them financially into the state of which they're at. They should have let them fail, even though they said they're too big to fail. But are we too little to fail? Because we fail. Look how many of us are out on the street. Look at how many of us have no income. Look at how many of us have nowhere to go. I mean, we fail. Why the bankers deserve something that they can't fail?
Don't talk about your failure. You know what I'm saying? What you're talking about and your failure, let me tell you what's your failure. This is from Herman Cain.
My God.
Herman Cain, he's a Republican, a black man. People and what they're going through as far as being put out on the street, as far as not having jobs, high unemployment, as far as just prison industrial complex and the suffering that they're going through. Herman Cain said, don't blame it on tell the Wall Street protesters to blame yourself. You know, a pair of Republican candidates had some harsh words for the protesters who've been hectoring Wall Street for the past 3 weeks. Herman Cain says, cut out the class warfare and blame yourself for being poor and jobless. You see what I'm saying? Speaking to the Wall Street Journal, Republican presidential candidate Herman Cain said the demonstrators are coming across as anti-capitalism. Now, he's the former CEO of Godfather's Pizza, you know, so he know what he's talking about. You know, he been selling pizza in the ghetto.
Well, you know.
And that's how he got rich. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he like, look, don't blame nobody if you can't cut it. You know what I'm saying? Don't bring it on. Don't mess with the bankers. You know what I'm saying? It's your own fault that you poor and ragged.
But it's not even really about the bankers. It's about the government, really, and it's about the holdup and who they're choosing to bail out. You understand? I'm listening to this on CNN the other day, and they're saying, well, they're finally coming to a little small conclusion that they should actually tax the rich. Yeah. I mean, really? Are you serious? You should?
Well, that's
I'm sorry. A person making $50,000 is paying just as much taxes as some person that has $1 billion?
Not really, but percentage-wise, he may be paying more. Percentage-wise. You understand?
Right.
But Mitt Romney, he also said that the demonstrators are dangerous and they're practicing class warfare. You know, these are Republicans. You know, the Republicans are not for all this Wall Street stuff and occupy this and occupy that, even though I don't see the Occupy movement accomplishing anything the way it's going. Yeah. You wanna read that, Debbie?
Yes, it says, if your host is One Iam, he invited me to this forum, and quite frankly, if he did not anticipate criticism, I don't know why I'm here. For that matter, why is anyone here? A useless threat. I have a life. I don't need to be here.
Who's that? Listener 1059?
Yeah.
I'm inviting everybody to this forum. Bring it. Come on. Call in. The call-in number is 347-688-2902. Talk to me. You know, if you're in love with the movement, call in. Tell me what it's about. I might even join you. You know, I'm not against the movement. I'm trying to find out what it is.
Because right now it seems to have no direction. It's here.
No direction.
It's
no
there,
here.
everywhere.
You know, it's everywhere. It's here. It's there. We're gonna meet in Detroit on the 21st. We're gonna meet in San Francisco on it. We're gonna meet over here. And we're gonna go down here at the park. And then what?
I mean, to me, it's not making no sense. Because let me tell you something. All my battles, I got to fight for myself. There's nobody standing in my front yard when the IRS sent me a letter and I got to call them and say, look, I don't owe you nothing.
Who's leading it? Who's in charge?
It seems like it's just a whole bunch of people out there. They might as well start playing music and have a concert. Because I don't know what's going on.
Call in. You know, don't sit in the chat room, ticking away. You know, call in. You can talk to me.
We want to know how we can best help solve the issues and what the issues are that we can work on so we can try to come to a solution. I mean, I don't know. Because I'm a solution survivor. I love to find a solution. You know, I don't just roll over and play dead for the government or nobody else. I find a way to fight back to see if I can keep what I got. So if you have a way that you want to share with us, please, everyone, feel free to call in. The number to call us today is
347-688-2902. You are listening to Urban Revolution on Revolution Radio at freedomslips.com. I'm your host, One Iam, and with me is Debbie, my
sidekick.
Not my sidekick, my right hand. We got a caller. Okay, I'm not getting the ad. Where's my, hello?
What's going on?
I didn't get an ad button from my call,
Then that means they're calling you personally.
Well, when you say you're producing, what do you mean by you're producing if you're not answering the calls, Joey?
The calls aren't coming in. The phone has rung once, and there was somebody calling me personally, and I can't answer that.
Well,
see what the? You know what? And there's nobody there right now to help us with this.
When I'm getting calls,
because all we can hear is the call. We can't see.
I can hear a call.
Well, yeah, that other call was somebody bugging me, one of my friends.
No, I had a call came through.
That's good.
As a matter of fact, it was from a person that I knew. The call, and then there was no way for me to answer the call.
Right.
You know, no way for me to add the person to the.
Somebody said Skype is not working.
Skype is not working?
No.
What do you mean?
I have to station break. I have to turn it off and start it back. Yeah, because see, I've got people calling me too, so. And I can't transfer the call because I'm trying to transfer it is the only other way I know how to do it. If I answer this call, it's going to put you guys on hold.
Okay, I'm still on the radio, right?
Oh, yeah, you're hot for sure.
Okay, well, I don't know how to answer the call. But when
I guess it's
I'm telling people to call in, and then there's no way to answer the calls.
No, I know. I'm sitting here listening to you, and I'm like, I know that somebody's had to have called besides the one person I've got calling me, and then we did just have it while we were talking about it. Somebody was trying to call, and I was trying to transfer the call. So if you are out there listening in Revolution Radio Land at freedomslips.com, we do apologize for the faux pas. There is nobody at home base right now, and until Kevin gets back